How to get an 800 credit score. My name is Lyndon, and welcome to the YouTube channel too, also as well. For those of you who are watching on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or right here on YouTube, I want to welcome all of you to our YouTube channel. I want to say thank you so much for joining in tonight. And make sure that if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button below, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also give this video a thumbs up also as well. So that way, YouTube can promote it out and I will be able to help more people to increase their credit score also as well. If you have a friend of yours who needs help building their credit, or maybe they're trying to get approved for a house, a mortgage, car loan, um, credit cards, funding for their business, or personal loan, whatever the case may be, and that person or you needs to have good credit or excellent credit to accomplish that, definitely leave me a comment below. Um, Leave me a comment below. If you want to have excellent credit and keep excellent credit, hit the number one, type the number one inside of the comments. Again, if you want to have excellent credit and keep your credit excellent, hit the number one, type the number one below also as well. Thank you, Tyrone. I just got your message there on Facebook. Yes, it's glad to be back. I'm very glad to be back, and I'm going to be welcoming all of you to the live chat tonight. Tonight we have an interesting topic here: how to get an 800 credit score in 10 minutes. So I'm pretty much going to go through this, trying to be as fast as possible, but not. I don't want to really rush you guys through it too much. But at the same time, I want to give you guys the most quality content as I possibly can, and getting straight to the point. But first, I want to welcome everyone into the chat, and I'm going to wait for a few more people to come in. As you come in, make sure that you leave a comment below, even if it's just a question. And keep in mind, no question is a dumb question, or there's no such thing as a dumb question. Make sure if you have a question in your mind, ask it in the comments. If you have any comment whatsoever, leave it in the comment. um, let me know what are your plans as far as pertaining to credit, or in life in general. Do you plan on buying a home? Do you want to buy a home, a house? Do you want to invest in property? Do you want to open a new business? Do you want to apply for a new job? What are your plans moving forward? And also let me know where you're watching from. What state are you from, or city? Type that into the side of the comments too also as well. I want to welcome Ulysses Hill. Thank you for joining us, Ulysses. Make sure that you subscribe below if you haven't subscribed already, and thank you for the welcome. Ulysses says, I'll show this on screen. Um, Welcome back. How are you doing tonight? Well, I'm doing um, very well, and I'm very grateful for where I am today, and I'm glad to be able to help people with their credit. So if you have any questions concerning like credit repair, fixing your credit, also type that in the comment below. I want to see more engagement in our live streams and also in our videos too also as well. Make sure you leave a comment after this video is over, also, and share the video. Share the video on Facebook as much as you possibly can too also as well. So I guess I'll give it another couple of minutes for more people to come and join us here in the chat. At the same time, I'm just going to scroll through, look through Facebook, and see if we have anyone joining us on Facebook too also, because I don't want to miss anyone. I want to make sure that I'm recognizing everyone as much as I possibly can. So just going to check and see if we have any people here how many people are joining us from Facebook too. Also, okay. Um, Lisa Rosencell just typed the number one. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate that. Appreciate you so much. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you share the video too also as well. Ulysses Hill said, Ulysses has been a subscriber for a year. Have you been getting my comments on your video? I believe I have. It's possible that I have, Ulysses. I've gotten been running through so many comments, in the past few weeks, checking and double checking, triple checking, and just making sure that I did not miss, any comments too, also as well. But if I did, and I did, if I did not answer your comment, let me know here, and I will definitely address that too also. If you had a question, I'm here to answer any questions that you may have, or anyone of you may have that are watching this live stream. I really want to thank you guys for participating with us tonight, because it means a lot. It means a lot to not only me, it means a lot to our subscribers, and everyone that watches our videos here on this channel. And if you're new to the channel, I just want to let you know that I have over 200 videos here on the channel. So there's plenty of videos here teaching you on how to improve your credit score, how to get excellent credit, how to maintain that excellent credit status, and how to buy a home. There's a few videos about that. So if those are things that interest you, uh, feel free to watch, binge watch some of my videos here, because you got over 200 videos here on the channel that you can binge watch too. So I guess we'll just go ahead and get started with the topic, because seems like we have a few people here on YouTube, but hopefully more people will come in here on YouTube and join us. So let me just double check here, make sure that this is the only live stream that I have going here on YouTube, because I don't want to double book any live stream. I just want to make sure I have one live stream on YouTube going, at the moment, so that way I don't confuse our subscribers and watchers, viewers. Okay, so why don't we get started here? Okay. Um, so how to get an 800 credit score, right? The first thing before we get started into answering that question is, why would you want to aim for the 800 credit score? Well, a lot of people may say, especially if you have done your research. Okay, I have another comment here from Ulysses. How much is your service? Well, right now I am helping people. I'm not charging any money at all. It's pretty much free services for the moment, at this moment in time, because I'm not taking on any, would you call it, paying customers at the moment, because my time schedule. See, I work full time, anywhere between 45 to 55 hours every week, right? So I don't take the time to devote to um, helping paid customers. So what I do now is I just provide my services for free of charge. Okay. So if that's something that you're interested in and you need to improve your credit, gain credit or funding, whatever the case is, for whatever your goal is, which I don't know, let me know, and I can definitely help you from there. So why would you want to aim for a credit score? Well, a lot of people, if you've done your research, then you will find that to get an 800 credit score, the benefits of having an 800 credit score or higher, a lot of those benefits are similar to the benefits of someone with a credit score in the high or upper 700s, like 780 credit score or 760 credit score, 770, etc. In that, what I mean by that is that you can get uh, just about the same deals and specials that people with 800 plus credit scores can get, such as a lower interest rate on a mortgage, right? So, say if you're in this high 600s credit score range, and you go and get approved for a mortgage through your bank or credit union, and they offer you, say, 5.125%, interest rate on the mortgage. Well, just keep in mind, right, that there's thousands of dollars that you could save, right, during the term of that mortgage, whether it be a 30-year mortgage or a 15-year mortgage, that you're talking about saving thousands of dollars by, having a credit score in the upper 700s, right? And that would help you tremendously to get down to the lowest interest rate that that bank has available for you, right? Now, some may say, well, one particular bank has, a very low interest rate to offer. But if you do your research, you will find that may not be the lowest interest rate available from a bank. There may be another bank, maybe even another part of the country, that will offer you a significantly lower interest rate. And what does lower interest rate translate into? It translates into basically lower mortgage payments per month. Ulysses says, do you have an email address so I can get in touch with you? Yes. My email address is, maybe I should just, I'll just type that in the chat here. All right. Okay. So there are good things and bad things. I should say the good and the bad about working with me, to fix your credit or to improve your credit score or to get approved for things like hot mortgages, car loans, funding, etc., loans, whatever, credit cards. The good thing is that you will be in a better position to get approved for these things. You'll better be in better position to improve your credit score, to get a higher, excellent credit score. I would say the bad thing or negative uh, aspect of it is that I may not be available to help you 24 hours a day. Okay. Because again, I work between 45 hours a week and 55 hours a week. So I can help you, during my times off, right? And so I may not be able to answer your phone call right away or answer your email right away, but I will definitely get back to you within a 24-hour period. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So if any one of you needs help or has any other questions or comments, definitely go ahead and type them in the comment. If you can see the video clearly, just type the number one inside of the comments. Again, if you can see this video clear, make sure you type the number one inside of the comments. If you could hear me clearly, type the number one inside of the comments also as well. Again, if you could hear me clearly, type the number one inside of the comments. Make sure you like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel below. If make sure you give this video a thumbs up, in other words. Okay. Now, why else would you want to aim for an 800 credit score? Well, because there are many benefits, and one of the benefits I'll cover here, right? You can earn extra revenue. Extra revenue may not be significant amount of revenue, but it can be a significant amount of revenue depending on your monthly spending habits. Like if you like to buy groceries, uh, some people shop $500 a month. Some people have a bigger grocery budget. It doesn't have to be $500 a month. It could be any type of budget, right? But the main point is this, that having excellent credit could help you get approved for the credit cards, right? The credit cards that will be able to give you cash back, which this cash back you can deposit in your bank account and you could use for whatever purpose that you like. If you like to travel, say you take vacations once a year or more, then you have the option to have the majority of your vacation paid for. What I'm talking about, I mean like hotel stays, airplane tickets, rent a cars. The list goes on and on. It could even go into like if you need like Ubers or Lyft rides, things like that while you're on vacation. Okay. So these things are great, and restaurants too. So there's a lot of benefits. Um, so I'm not going to get into all of these benefits right now, but let's get into the basic, you know, uh, tenets of how to get an 800 credit score, right? Now, to do that, we have to know how credit scores are calculated, basically, right? Now, the credit scores are calculated um, by five different categories, right? And these five different categories are considered when the credit bureaus calculate your credit score, or FICO score. And FICO score is the credit score that you pretty much want to focus on, right? More so than a Vantage score. And what is a Vantage score? A Vantage credit score is something you would see when you subscribe to Credit Sesame, all these type of, Wallet Hub, these types of free services where you can check your credit score. Okay, but FICO credit score you can get from, I believe you can get one from Fingerhut if you have a Fingerhut account, or you can get one from myfico.com. They can show you how to get a, FICO, to see your FICO scores. And also you can get those from Experian.com also as well. And I'm sure there's other services out there, Experian.com, MyFICO, and these places that offer a FICO score. They do sometimes charge a fee, right? Experian, you can view or watch your Experian, monitor your Experian credit score for free through the Experian app. They have a Android app, and I'm sure they have a basic other types of mobile apps out there too as well. But if you want to see the credit scores from the other credit bureaus or credit reports, then you would have to sign up for a paid subscription to Experian, right? Then you can see all three. Now you can use Identity IQ to also to view all three of your credit reports and scores. So it's important to monitor them, right? It's very important to monitor them and keep a good eye on them, because I mean, you never know, right? You never know what could happen. Anything could happen. Your credit score could just tank one day. You could lose 100 points or 150 points, and you really want to know why. You really want to keep an eye on your credit reports, right? Me, I'm like really strict about checking my credit reports and my credit scores. I check them very often, mostly every day. I look at my credit reports, right? Thank you for the thumbs up, Italist. I really appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up also on YouTube. Um, and people, when you subscribe and hit the thumbs up button and you share the video, it helps me to be able to help other people. You could be helping other people to improve their credit by them simply watching this video. Okay, because there's a lot of useful information here. Um, okay, so let's get back to getting this 800 credit score, right? So there's five categories that they use to calculate a credit score, right? And the first category is called payment history. You have payment history. Second category is amounts owed, right? And then you have length of credit history, which is the third one. Credit mix, and also new credit. Okay, so those are the pretty much the five main categories that they use when they calculate your credit score. Okay, I believe we have another comment here. I'm gonna address this comment real quick from Italis One. Speaking on checking scores, does it go down when you check it often? No, no, it does not go down when you check it often. Um, the only time a credit score should go down is when you apply for new credit, right? And they have to tell you specifically somewhere in the fine print when you're applying that they're gonna do an inquiry into your credit, basically. Okay. So, but if they tell you they're not going to, if it's a soft pull or if it's no hard inquiry, they will a lot of times let you know that also as well. Or you can get anecdotal information. And anecdotal information is coming from you hearing other people's experiences from applying to that lender, right? And that you could get, we have a Facebook credit group called How to Get an 800 Credit Score LLC. And feel free to go in that group. And, 24 hours a day, you can ask questions, you could get help from experts and people, mentors, and people who can help you with your credit also as well, right? But no, to answer your question, Italis, no, checking your own credit score often, it should not make your credit score go down. All right. Okay, so let's get back into this. Okay, so those are the five categories that we have where FICO uses to calculate your credit scores, right? Payment history, amount owed, length of credit history, credit mix, and new credit. Okay. So let's tackle the first one here. Payment history. Okay. Now, payment history, it accounts for 35% of your credit score. Okay. Now, that's a big chunk, right? A payment history, 35%. That's huge, right? And that's the reason why when you see you may get a late payment, or if you have a collection, if you get a new collection on your credit report, um, or you get a charge off or anything like that, or you missed a payment, your credit score goes down, and it goes down by a big amount, a huge chunk. It can go down as much as 100 to 150 points, right? And that's because payment history accounts for 35% of your credit score. Now, 35%, that's more than one third of your credit score, right? So that is huge, right? So, in payment history, I mean, you want to definitely keep, you know, tabs on that and watch it very closely and be vigilant, because with payment history, they consider um, different types of credit accounts, like credit cards, retail accounts like store credit, installment loans where you make regular payments like car loans. They consider finance company accounts and mortgage loans. Okay, so with credit cards, credit cards like Visa, Mastercard, Discover, American Express, etc. Right? They also now they consider public record and collection items like bankruptcies. Bankruptcies can stay on your credit report for 7 to 10 years, depending on the type of bankruptcy that you have. Lawsuits, wage garnishments, right? So seven parts make up your payment history. right? Payment information on credit cards, retail accounts, installment loans, mortgages, other types of accounts, how the overdue delinquent payments are today or may have become in the past, the amount of money you still owed on these delinquent accounts or collection accounts, the number of past due items on the credit report, uh, like bankruptcies, etc. The amount of time that has passed since these delinquencies, public records, or collection items were introduced, and the number of accounts that are being paid as agreed, also as well. So there are some tips to help you enhance your payment history, and those are, I'll give you like three tips. Right, pay your bills on time, of course. Um, Make sure you pay. I recommend pretty much paying before, after the, by the due date, or before the statement closing date or the cycle date. Okay, because on a cycle date, that's when they're going to report your the snapshot of your credit account to the credit bureaus. Okay, and so the other tip is make sure that you stay current on your missed payments. Right, the older that a credit problem or late payment or collection is, the less it's going to count towards your credit score, the less of an impact it has on your credit score, right? So even with late payments, the longer that you pay your bills on time, the more potential you have for your credit score to increase, right? But make sure also, the third tip is make sure you contact your creditors and you get help to see if they can help you in any way. Because of this, since we had the pandemic and everything, a lot of creditors are willing to work with you. Creditors like credit unions, for an example, like Navy Federal Credit Union, they've worked with many people to also who had late payments, to help them make payments on time. Like, for example, you gave numerous people deferred payments arrangements, right? Deferred payments kind of help out tremendously, because with a deferred payment, they allow you to skip 1 month's payment on one or more of your credit accounts. It could be a mortgage, it could be credit card, loans, what have you, and they allow you to skip that payment for that month or maybe a few months, and then you can take up the payments from that point on, when payments resume again, right? Okay, the second category is amounts owed. Amounts owed, that accounts for 30% of your credit score, basically, and that is one third, a little less than one third of your credit score, but it is also huge. That's why it is the second category, right? That the FICO uses to calculate your credit score. Okay, I should say FICO credit bureaus, pretty much FICO, I should say, because FICO gives you a credit score, right? So with that 30%, that's going to include your credit usage, or they call it credit utilization, basically. And let's say how credit utilization works is that, let's say you have a credit card for a credit that has a credit limit of $100 on it, and on your statement date, um, it shows you pretty much have spent $30 of it, right? But you didn't pay that $30 off. So on you, when your creditor, a bank, a credit union, whatever financial institution makes their statements, they'll make the statement out and say that, well, you owe $30. $30 is your balance. Your credit limit is $100. It will show all the data of your credit account, and they will report that data to the credit bureaus. Right? Some um, institutions will report it to one credit bureau, some will report it to all three credit bureaus, right? But keep in mind, though, it's better to have accounts that report to all three credit bureaus. Okay, that's important. Okay, and if you have a question or anything like that on why, just leave me a comment down below. Okay, and I will answer. Um, So basically, that's how amounts owed go, and not only on one account, but they also are going to calculate on all of your accounts total, right? So, say if you have, say, 10 credit cards, and each credit card has a credit limit of $100, right? But you spent $30 on each credit card. So that's 30 times 10, because I said you had 10 credit cards, right? 30 times 10. So now you have 3,000, I believe. 30 times 10. No, you have $300. $300 of the credit, the total credit that you have spent, right? So that gives you a utilization of pretty much the same, 30%, because $300 is, about a little less than 30% of $1,000. So, because you had 10 credit cards, each was $100 credit limit, right? So that's how amounts owed, or utilization, credit usage, whatever you want to call it. That's how that works, right? Um, and FICO research has found that your level of debt is predictive of future credit performance, because the amount owed typically impacts your ability to pay all monthly credit obligations on time. Okay. So you don't want to worry about that. I mean, if you have debt, that doesn't automatically make you a high risk borrower. But as your balances increase, so does the probability of difficulty of you meeting the monthly payments on time. Okay. So that's just part of what determines your credit score, right? So there are five factors that amounts owed category is going to look at. And that's basically the amounts owed on all accounts. I believe I just got an email here from Ulysses. Yeah, it says she just emailed. Ulysses just emailed me. Okay, thank you, Ulysses. Appreciate that. I'll get you your email after the chat. After this live stream is over, I'll get to this email. We'll get you your email for sure. Okay. Um, so if anyone, again, if you have any questions, leave them inside the comment down below. Um, so the amount owed on all accounts, right? The amount owed on different types of accounts, right? So credit cards, for example, versus installment loans. Okay, those are two examples. So if you have an installment loan, how much you've paid on it is going to reflect and show in your credit report, and it's going to affect your credit score. All right. How many accounts have balances, right? If you have a large number of accounts that you owe money on, it can indicate a higher risk, saying that to in a bank's eyes, you look like you're overextended pretty much. And finally, credit utilization ratio on revolving accounts, like meaning credit cards, okay? Things like that, which I went over already. Now, how much of the installment loan amounts is still owed, right? Because that's why people, here's a little secret, right? To inflate your credit score or make your credit score as high as possible. And in this category, the amounts owed, it would help if you have an installment loan to pay off, say, 98% of the installment loan, but always keep, try to keep a small amount that you can pay every month. So, in other words, keep a small balance that you could break that balance down into payments over the length of the loan. You do not want to pay this loan off entirely and just have it closed out, have the account closed before it matures, before the maturity date, because that will um, it could make your credit score go down. But if you can show you can make these payments on time every month throughout the term of the loan, that will greatly um, strengthen your credit report and your credit profile also as well. Okay. So that's what they look at when it comes to um, the amounts owed. Okay. So now to the next category is called length of credit history, which length of credit history that accounts for 15% of your credit score. Okay. And basically, uh, If you have a longer credit history, it's positive. It can mean a positive thing for your FICO score, but it's not required for a good credit score. Okay. Now, credit scores, they take into account how long your credit accounts have been established, the age of your oldest account, the age of your newest account, and the average age of all of your accounts. So it's broken down into parts. That 15% that they're going to give you as a score in this category, it depends on those three subcategories broken down. Okay. Now, how long your credit accounts have been established and how long it's been since you used these accounts. So that's all is going to play a role also as well. Okay. Now, the next category is called credit mix. Now, as far as credit mix, that accounts for 10% of your credit score. Okay. Now, that's why you hear, some people in our Facebook group, or in the comment section, um, they would say, well, this person has a mortgage, has a car loan, has credit cards, has retail store credit cards, has open accounts, you know, a variety of different credit accounts. And that's called a credit mix. And that accounts for 10% of your credit score. Okay. So FICO, when they're doing their credit scoring and calculating your credit score in particular, they will look to see if you have a mixture of variety have you of different credit accounts, different type of credit accounts like retail accounts, installment loans. Those are pretty good. Finance company accounts and mortgage loans. Okay, so it's not you don't have to worry too much about this part of the credit scoring calculation because it's not necessary to have one of each type of account. Okay, but say for example, if you have a mortgage and you have an installment loan, you have credit cards, right? That's a good mix of credit right there. Okay. I believe we have another comment here, so I'm going to address this comment real quick and jump right back into the topic. Walter Tran, how you doing there, brother? It's good to see you. Welcome back. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to all of our participants. Ulysses Hill, Lisa Rosenthal, uh, Italis One, and Walter Tran. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to all of our participants here in the chat. If you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments for sure. If you can't think of it right now, when you think of it later on, just go back to this video on YouTube, find it on our channel, and type it in the comment. There's a comment section below the video. It will always be there. Okay. Um, So Walter says, "Where have I been?" Well, pretty much I have been pretty much dealing with a lot, and I haven't been really taking the time out to make these videos like I've been before in the past. So now I'm trying to change that and trying to get back out here with you guys because you guys are definitely part of my family for sure, our credit family, and I want to be out here, with you guys, helping you guys with your credit, right? And hopefully we can help more people, as many people as possible, to improve their credit score as well. Okay. But I'm back. I'm back for sure, Walter. So I'm glad to be back too, for sure. Um, so credit mix, like I said, you don't have to have one of each type of account. But like I said, if you have a mortgage loan, an installment loan, credit cards, you're good to go, you know, because you can possibly get that full 10% of points credited towards your credit score in that category. Now, the last category here and the final category is new credit, right? So, new credit is important. A lot of people have said to me, well, Lyndon, how come I applied for this credit card and then all of a sudden, a few minutes later, my credit score went down 5 points or 10 points. Well, that's because when you apply for new credit, it's called a hard inquiry, right? But this all depends, applying for for credit, it depends one, how much you need the credit, right? If you don't need the credit right now, then why fill out credit applications? Why get a credit card that you just don't need? Now you're not going to, like, for one, say you may not even use it. For two, will that credit card help you with your credit score? It can and it cannot. It can help you with your credit score if it has, say a high credit limit, like credit limit, say $5,000, $10,000, And since you're not going to be using it that much or not that often, you can have a low, you can maintain low credit utilization or usage, and that would help you in the amounts owed category when FICO calculates your credit score, right? Um, so just keep in mind that, right? It's not good to apply for too much credit in a short period of time, but some people may disagree with me. If you agree with me on that, if you believe that applying for too much credit in a short period of time is bad for you, type the number one inside of the comments. If you believe applying for um, as much credit as you can in a short period of a time, as long as it can benefit you, type number two inside of the comments. All right. So, again, if you believe that applying for too much credit in a short period of time can hurt your credit score, type number one inside of the comments. If you believe that you should apply for as many credit cards as you can or credit, um, as long as it benefits you, type the number two inside of the comments. So basically, and if you agree, um, then let me know inside of the comments why you agree with that. You know, if you agree that um, applying for, say, 6 credit cards is too much, then in 1 year, then let me know in the comments why you agree with that statement. If you believe that um, applying for 6 or more credit cards in a year is okay, then let me know inside the comments why you feel that way. Okay. How do you feel? Let me know inside of the comments. Let's get some conversation going here. All right. So it's basically 5 categories that go into calculating your credit score. So if you can keep a watchful eye and be vigilant on these 5 categories that FICO is going to use to calculate your credit score, then you will be able to achieve an 800 credit score. Okay. But you got to be vigilant. You have to watch your payment history, make all your payments on time. Okay. Now, as far as that concerned, you got to remember anything after the due date, by a certain time of day, some creditors, like, maybe Discover or Capital One, they may say you got to pay by 5 p.m., on the day that it's due, right? Or they're going to charge you interest. So keep in mind, you don't want to pay interest. How do you avoid paying interest? Pay off your credit cards in full, down to zero, right? Um, so that's important. Developing a good payment history with your creditors, okay? Because in the future, when you go to apply for credit, that's what other creditors and financial institutions are going to be looking at in order to approve you for their credit products. Okay. Amounts owed. You got to keep in mind a watchful eye on amounts owed also, because let's see, a lot of people say that recommend that 30%, use no more than 30% of a credit card, right? I'm here to tell you you can use more than that as long as before the statement closing date, you pay it down below 10% usage. So say you have a credit card with $100 credit limit, right? And you use $99 of it. Let's say you use $100 of it, but on the statement closing date, you pay it, like, say a couple days before the statement closing date, because you want to give some time for your payment to post to your credit account, right? Say you pay it down to say $2 or $5. Now you have a balance of $2 or $5. Even $10, right, is good too. So basically, what does that mean? Like, you want to keep your usage of that credit card below 10% a few days, a couple of days before the statement closing date. Okay, because that's what your creditor or financial institution is going to report out to the credit bureau. Okay. Now, as far as the length of credit history, you want to keep an eye on that too, also, because it accounts for 15% of your credit score. Um, with that, you just want to, you don't want to close your oldest credit card. That's important. Never close your oldest credit card or oldest account, right? Don't do that, because that will hurt your credit score, because you will lose age, right? And then um, when you're opening up new accounts, when you're applying for new credit cards, you want to keep in mind, um, is this credit card, ask yourself questions. Is this credit card going to benefit me? How is it going to benefit me? Is it have a high credit limit? Is it going to help increase my credit score? Um, it can, if it has a high credit limit, right? And you manage your credit on that account responsibly by, paying it off every month below to 10% of the credit limit or lower, right? That can benefit you, because that will help increase your credit score. It will show your utilization overall on all your total credit accounts to be low, which brings your credit score up, right? So length of credit history is important. If the credit card is not doing that, benefiting your credit score, in other words, just don't apply for it. If they're offering you, well, if you feel like you're not going to get a high credit limit, don't apply for it. Okay, because you're going to end up with a new account, a low credit limit, and it's not going to benefit your credit score, and it's actually going to make your credit score go down, because it's going to hurt your average age of credit, right? Okay. And again, don't close your oldest account. You can close some of your newest accounts. If it's not your oldest account, yeah, and it has, say it's a credit card that has an annual fee that you have to pay every year. Yeah, you can go ahead and close that out. If you want to, sure. I don't think that would be a major issue, right? Unless it has a lot of payment history on it. But if it's not your oldest account, you could still do pretty well in the category of length of credit history. Now, the next category, credit mix, you want to keep an eye on also as well. Just make sure, try to have like a variety of different types of credit accounts, installment loans, retail accounts with stores that's going to report to the credit bureaus, credit cards, which is revolving credit, like American Express, Discover, MasterCard, Visa, etc. And that's going to be great. Make sure you keep a healthy credit mix, because that would help you to get close to or about that 10% of points you need to increase your credit score also. Okay. And new credit, that's another thing. If you want to maintain a high credit score, try not to apply for too much credit in a short period of time, unless, again, like I said before, unless it's going to offer you a high credit limit, right? And it's going to benefit you by boosting your credit score. But you also want to keep in mind, too, that if you're applying for certain types of credit cards, like if your goal is to apply or get approved for the Chase credit cards, say like the Chase trifecta or the quadrifecta, if then you don't want to have more than five, or put it this way, you don't want to have five accounts or more open in the past 24 months. Okay. You want to definitely keep a wrap on that, keep that tight for sure. Okay, that's if you want to get approved for Chase credit cards, because Chase has a thing called the 524 rule. If you go 524 or over, they would deny you flat out for credit cards. Now, there are some exceptions. Some people are exceptions to the rule. They have managed to get approved, having 5 accounts open in the past 24 months or more. But very seldom, I should say, does Chase, um, even approve someone in that category. Okay, so point is that if the credit card is not going to benefit you, don't apply for it. Right? If it's not going to benefit your credit score, don't apply for it. If it's not going to benefit your life, if it benefits your life, say in some way, like maybe you're looking to get cash back or points, travel points, to save up for your vacation, next year or this year to the Bahamas or wherever you want to go, and you don't want to pay for that vacation out of your pocket. Yeah, and that credit card is going to help you get points so you can get you a free vacation. Yeah, by any means, yeah, apply for it. Okay. So it all depends on your goals, pretty much, what you want to accomplish, what you want to achieve. Um, and that would be the reason whether or not you would be applying for a credit card or not. Okay. So there you have it, guys. I mean, that's how you get an 800 credit score, right? That's exactly how you get an 800 credit score. You stay vigilant. And we have a lot of our subscribers on our YouTube channel here have 800 credit scores or higher. We have some of our subscribers have gotten approved for houses, right? Mortgages, multiple real estate properties, right? Car loans, you name it. They've gotten funding, and they've all been watching our YouTube channel and, benefiting from the knowledge that I share, we all share here on this channel, you know. So I want to thank all of you for joining here in our live stream tonight. It was a wonderful chat with you guys. And I want to tell you, I'm glad to have you guys as part of my family. And I'm going to be making a lot of videos. I'm going to try my best to make a lot of videos because I want to make up for the time that was lost, right? I know you really can't make up for lost time. Time is gone, right? And you really can't get it back. But hypothetically speaking, if I could make up for it, I'm going to try my hardest to. Okay. So again, if you haven't already, make sure that you give this video a like, hit the like button down below on our YouTube video. Share this video with your family and friends. Share it on your Facebook page. Share it on your social media, you know. And if you have other friends and family members who want help with their credit, let me know or just, show them our YouTube channel. Tell them to subscribe and watch your videos. Watch our videos. We have over 211 videos or more here on our YouTube channel. So for you to enjoy and binge watch and learn everything you want to know about credit. Uh, Ulysses says, I will see you on your next live stream. Bye for now. Yes, thank you so much for showing up, Walter. Not Walter, that's Ulysses. Thank you so much, Ulysses, for showing up and participating here in a live stream. And I want to thank all of you, whether you're watching from Facebook or YouTube, you know, and wherever you are watching today. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're on Facebook, make sure you come to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Most likely, if you're watching from my personal Facebook page, then uh, it's easy to subscribe. Just go to the YouTube channel. I have a link in the top of my profile on Facebook. You can find a YouTube channel there. If you're in one of our Facebook groups, you can find a link, video or something at the top of the Facebook group or in our Facebook page. You can find a link on the top. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the like button on our video, and share our videos as much as you can, as much as possible. All right. So, from all of us here at the How to Get an 800 Credit Score family, stay safe, be blessed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now. Stay safe.